cheaper than it is right now. I have been bragging left and right about what my new clinkety-clank savings account is worth now. Okay, because now silver's trading at what, $22, $23, whatever it is. Okay, and I bought it for a whole lot less than that. And a friend of mine said the other day, I gave one silver coin, when I gave it to her, it was valued at just under $18. And I said, you know that coin that I gave you? Now it's worth $5 more. And she said, that one coin made more than my entire savings account made me this year. I said, and guess what else your savings account has done? The value is so low, and your purchasing power is so low. Now do you want to listen? You know, I showed my mom, I said, look at the gold. I go to kitco.com, look at the gold prices, look at the silver prices. Wow, I'm listening. Finally, and my father said the same thing. You know, these were people who, my mom's supportive, and she gets it, and she listens, and she understands. She brags about me all the time. My dad, he's just kind of like, my backyard, whatever, I don't want to hear about it. But he's coming around. Those are the types of people that are tough to get through, just because of my mom and dad. Let me ask you guys something. What are you here for? Are you here to learn how to grow and promote your organization? I mean, there's however many sponsors here, and you know, there's a good chunk of you that are running some type of thing. I mean, what do you hope to get out of something like this? Show of hands. This is a class workshop.
Looking to network, looking to meet more like-minded people that we can share resources, get together on different projects we may not be able to accomplish as individuals or smaller groups, and reach out to a wider audience.
Are you willing to concede on certain ideas and certain issues?
Yes.
Okay. Is there certain things that you just will absolutely not concede on?
There's some, but I try to focus on what we do have in common.
Good. That is all. I'm done. I mean, that's all that needs to be said. You need to find the common ground, and by asking questions. Asking questions is something that I was taught a long time ago, and it works like a charm in anything. I could get up here probably and start talking any makeup, crazy, whatever, and I could probably start bringing up a good conversation about it just by asking simple questions. And that's what's important. You know, when people say how bad the healthcare bill is, and don't be one of those types. I hate to tell you how to be, but don't be one of those types of people that just vomits all over people about how bad the news is. This draconian, stop with all the adjectives, okay? The city of Philadelphia, the administration is pushing so many new taxes, so many new this, so many new that, and it sucks. I'll just tell you, I work in the city and it's bad, okay? They're coming after us for so many other little things, especially small business owners, but for me to sit here and say the draconian nutter administration and they're so evil, and that's how I'm going to be received now. So the people whose minds I want to change will not listen to me. And I get that. And I want you all to get that too. You got to learn to be a chameleon in some way, shape, or form if you truly want to be effective. If you want to be completely principled, and I am friends with a lot of those people too that say, absolutely not, I will not sign a petition, I will not vote, I will not do X, Y, and Z. Good. Don't do it. But,
So you're suggesting...
By calling out, you threw me off a little bit, but it's okay.
Sorry, you're suggesting we should compromise our core beliefs?
No.
Good, I'm glad you said that. No.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right. No. I don't think you should compromise your core beliefs at all. I also think that you should understand that your view of the world is 1 in 6.5 billion. Okay? There might be a different idea that you should probably listen to. At least just try it on. And if you don't like it, it's like my grandma used to say, Mikey, you don't like this? Spit it out. She would shove food in my face. You don't like it? She'd put her hand right here. It was disgusting. You don't like it? Spit it out. But at least try it. No, I don't. I mean, whatever your core beliefs are. Do you believe in... let me ask you. Do you believe in shooting random cows on the street?
Random.
Cows. Moo. Cows. No. Okay. All right. What if I did? But I was willing to say, I know this is a goofy-ass example, but I'm just the first one to go on. Thank you. All right.
Trying to get vision
It's really weird.
I grew up on a dairy farm, so it's not worth it.
All right. Let me turn it around this way. What's something that you would absolutely not bend on?
Limited government. Principles of limited government.
Okay. All right. Let me put on let me take the anarchist perspective. Okay. Nobody owns me. Government comes from the word mind control. Gubernare is control, meditate, mind. Okay? And maybe there's other variations or whatever, but that's the one I'm picking for you. What if I told you, limited government, so you're willing to take a few lashes? Or are you willing to take 2 lashes as opposed to 7? Are you?
I'm not sure I understand.
If I'm a slave master and if I say every day I'm going to whip you 7 times a day to get you up out of bed, and that's just how it goes and that's what you're used to, but then I come along and I say, you know what, that's a little excessive, I'm only going to hit you twice. Is that okay? You'd rather me not hit you at all, right?
Right.
What I'm saying is thank you for that, okay? You can still believe in limited government all you want, but at least for that conversation, you didn't jump down my throat and say, oh, you're nuts, don't compare it to slavery and whip. Like, you sat and you listened. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I think that's, so I caution you to not take completely to the extreme of saying, no, I'm not asking you to change your core values, absolutely not. Make sense? Okay? As a father, you know, I want the best for my kid. If she's getting ready to jump off the top step, I may yell, I may scream, I may grab her, it may even hurt. But I have the best intentions, right? The other side of the coin is maybe you should let her do it so she never does it ever again. I don't know. Make sense? Okay. What else? A lot. Truthfully, a good chunk of this is different methods of things that you guys could do. I mean, the networking events that we do are great. Okay, we do social networking events where we just give people permission to just come out. Just that's it. Hang out with us. You know, of course, there's certain conversations are going to come up. We'll probably end up talking about politics. We'll probably end up talking about liberty and freedom and tyranny and all that stuff. But that's not what this whole event is based on. Every few months we have down at Liberties in Northern Liberties. We have an event, and there's a Statue of Liberty out front and everything. We have this event. It's for people to just come out and just not feel like they're only coming to rallies, not feel like they're only coming to lectures, not feel like they're only doing work. Yeah, play around a little bit too, right? Have a couple drinks, eat some chicken fingers, smile, meet somebody new. Another thing that we've done as Truth, Freedom, Prosperity is we actually throw leadership workshops. And we really kind of open that up to anybody. We have 600 members on our meetup group, and we put out emails once in a while and say, hey, would you be interested in sharing your business? We have one guy that came up and talked about how he raises chickens in his backyard. Mm-hmm. We had another guy come up and talk about how he does karate. Okay? That makes people feel good. That makes people feel like they can come and they can contribute, and they don't have to adopt everything that we believe in. So in that sense, there's certain things that I'm willing to put aside. Okay? I have no problem telling you that I highly, highly question all the events that happened on September 11th. You will not hear me come out and say, I think it was an inside job. I have no idea. But there's no way in the world that I believe that cockamamie story that they sent out, that a black box completely disappeared, but a piece of paper passport made its way all the way down, how many thousand feet. I don't buy it. But I'm willing to at least open that dialogue up and at least take somebody's position on and say, okay, sure, I'll listen to it, or I'll try that idea on. Something sounds too crazy to me. I mean, I've heard theories that there was no planes and that there was just like missiles launched. I can't even put my head around that. How about the fact that somebody's baby was just taken out of the hospital because of, apparently he was associated with the Oath Keepers. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard this story, but it's out. Apparently there was someone who just had a baby, and their baby was taken away from them by agents that came in and said, we have on record that you're a part of the Oath Keepers militia. They took the baby. It's just happened.
Where?
I don't know where it was. YouTube, that's where. New Hampshire, okay. So Gigi's got the whole story. Honestly, when I first heard that, even me, the person who's willing to listen to anything, I went, absolutely not. There has to be more to this story. There's no way. I don't believe that these agents just walked in, kicked the door in, and said, just because you're part of this, they took your baby. There has to be more to this story. I haven't heard everything else, but I'll still come to this with a completely skeptical eye, because in the back of my mind, I think, well, maybe there was an abusive relationship, maybe there's a criminal history. I'm still wrestling with believing all stuff like that. What if it's totally true? All bets are off. I mean, that's scary. My name is attached to so much stuff. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not blowing anything up, except for some nonsensical BS ideas. I'll try to blow those things up in people's minds. okay? But no, I mean, to put someone like me, I love the fact, I'm sorry if you don't, but I love the fact that the state of Pennsylvania spent $100,000 that was all taxpayer money on a report to watch. Now look, honestly, if you're a state and you want to make sure that the people in the state aren't going to cause a whole lot of, damage and upset, okay, maybe a watch list. That's all it is, watch, exclamation points, just watch list. I'm not really okay with that, but all right, I'll buy that for now. But to throw in the fact that the End the Fed organizer, which maybe they did this on purpose, so that I couldn't come after them for slander, but any Google search of Philly End the Fed organizer will say Mike Salvi on every link, okay? To say that I'm anti-Semitic, I mean, this is in the report. It says that the organizers are in this Institute for Terrorism Research that was funneled into the PA Homeland Security, that the End the Fed organizers in Philadelphia are associated with white supremacists and anti-Semitic, and we make conspiratorial statements. I am nothing to worry about. I'm not a threat to anybody. Ridiculous. It's getting hot up here, sorry. It's interesting to me. I think this is pretty funny, actually. I do take it very seriously, okay? I have a home that I could lose. If I get taken away for whatever reason, maybe I shouldn't say something very publicly, but who cares? If I get taken away for any reason, the people that are home that are dependent on me can't make a mortgage payment without me. They can't survive. They can't fill the fridge without me. It's something I need to really, really take very, very seriously. Because that word terror, the way that the government has defined it, and the way that they've defined enemy combatant, and if I get labeled as that, and if I have the potential to be detained and not even have the right to call my attorney, zoinks. These things are loaded, yeah? Wow, what do you do? How do you take something like that seriously? Do I hide? Do I make a public statement to say I denounce all this activism? I'm not going to do this anymore? I can't. Even if I wanted to. It's ingrained. It's in my blood. I can't let this go. I feel like I know something so important that if I let this go, I did you all and everybody in our entire posterity a complete disservice. So, what am I going to do with this? Well, I think what I'm going to do is have fun. I purposely threw these things on, knowing that there was going to be. Let me look a little fringy, okay? You want a terrorist? You got a terrorist, okay? I don't want. You want fringe elements? If that's what you want to label me as, knock yourself out. I've been called worse. I've been run through the gamut in my personal life. This whole freedom activism is just a minor part of the real whole big picture that Mike Salvi is. Trust me, there's a lot going on in here. This is just a small portion of it, okay? So if this is what I'm going to be called, so be it. But I'm going to spin this around. I'm going to blow this out of proportion as much as I possibly can to try to get as many people to look at the fact that we've made the government label us as terrorists on something so stupid, so that now I can come along and I can say to everybody, look at how dumb this is. You really think that I'm a terrorist? You've known me all my entire life. Honestly? Okay. So the next question I want people to ask is, why would they do that? What are they afraid of? What is he exposing that they want him to shut up about? Right? So that's mission accomplished. And I love the fact that on state paid for paper, it says End the Fed. That might be enough for me too. I think that's great. So we're going to blow this out of proportion so that hopefully we can get some maybe national attention. I don't know, maybe can I end up on Fox News, maybe can I end up on whatever. Maybe this is just going to be a dumb little blip on the radar and I'm really not a big deal to worry about. Hopefully I am. Hopefully this gets a lot of attention. Because now I'm going to plug the November 20th End the Fed rally like you would not believe. They put me on Fox News, they're going to say, so, what's your name? End the Fed, November 20th, Philadelphia. That's all I'm going to say. I just want to blow this out of proportion. I want people looking at this. Come out. By changing things up, by stopping it, calling the End the Fed rally constantly, by turning it into Fed stock, by turning it into something fun, we appeal to a lot of people. And that's what I try to do, and that's what I really feel like that I have to offer as a, when we first took over our meetup group, there was 120 some people. And a year and a half later, now we have 600.